What's up, everybody? Matt Kajeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. Today, we're talking college basketball bets ahead of Thursday, February the 9th. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. If you're listening on podcasts, please leave a rating and review over there as well. Check out our new Odd Shopper golf channel. That's where all the golf content is going to be. Betting, parlays, all your old analysts, Eric, Ben, Aton, they're all going to be over there talking golf. And of course, we're brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You see that on the banner. They have a phenomenal offer for you guys that is only available for a few more days through February 12th. So make sure you get in on this before it is gone. Right now, if you click the link in the video description below or head over to DraftKings Sportsbook, make your first deposit of at least $5, then place a $5 wager or more on any game, any team of your choosing. Whether that team wins or loses, you are going to be paid out $200 in the form of free bets. Make sure to check out that offer. Again, only a couple more days before it's gone. It's literally $200 free dollars into your sports betting account. And maybe you want to bet one of these games, but first we're going to do our now daily recap. And again, for those of you that may be new to this channel, and we've only been doing this for one day, so it's probably most of you. When we recap bets, we're looking at two things, me specifically. Did we get closing line value? And did shot quality have this game in our favor? Two reasons why we do that. First off, for closing line value, that means sharp bettors were on the same side as you. Only sharp bettors move lines, contrary to popular belief. The slew of public making their $11.50 bets do not move lines. It is sharp bettors. And then shot quality. That evaluates the shots taken on the actual floor. Many of you have probably lost by the hook on a half-court shot, something like that in the past. Well, shot quality grades every single shot taken on the floor, giving a premium to shots taken near proximity to the rim or from three, and they give further boosts if the shot is open, catch and shoot, whether it's in transition or not. So you could actually evaluate what happened on the on the court, and you're quantifying that luck factor. A lot of you have probably had unlucky bets you've lost. Well, this is actually a way you can go back and see. So that's how we're going to evaluate our bets, regardless of whether they win or lose. I don't care if they win or lose. The process needed to be good. So yesterday on the video, we talked about Creighton Seton Hall. Did shot quality tweet out the score? No. Did we get closing line value? No. Did it win? Yes. No idea if it was a good bet, but we'll chalk it up to, I guess we'll take it. Second game, Georgetown versus Providence. Did shot quality tweet about it? No. Did we get closing line value? Yes. Did it cover? Yes. Solid bet. IUPUI versus Wright State. Did shot quality tweet about it? No. Did we get closing line value? Yes. Did they cover? No. I'll take it. All right, on to today's bets. So we are going to, there's a lot of really good games today that you might not know about in some smaller conferences. And the first one, we'll talk Louisiana versus Southern Miss. As you can probably see the records on the screen, these teams are both awesome. Louisiana, they're 20-4. Southern Miss is 21-4. And actually, the play in the game is the under, in my opinion. I grabbed this at 149. It's come down a little bit, but I still think probably playable at the current number. And when you look at these teams, I want to start with the possessions per game. For reference, league average is about 70 possessions per game. Louisiana is only slightly above that, 70.8. Southern Miss, they're at 69.5, so slightly below that. So we're not expecting any crazy pace in the game whatsoever. And you look at these two teams, they're both pretty good on offense, but there is one team who's a little more suspect on defense. That's Louisiana. But when we dive into the actual stylistics, both of these teams, where they excel on offense is actually where the other team excels on defense. For reference, Southern Miss is really good at scoring inside. They're 65th in two-point percentage, but Louisiana's right around the top 100 in two-point defense. On the other side, Louisiana is really good at scoring from the perimeter. They're 12th in the country in three-point percentage, but Southern Miss right around that top 100 mark in three-point defense. So we're looking at a spot where the offensive strengths of both of these teams are matching up against the defensive strengths of the other as well. And from there, you might see the rebounding difference. It's pretty close in terms of effective heights. I think we're looking at a little bit of noise here. Southern Miss, they're 28th in rebounding, 116th in effective height. Louisiana actually has the edge in height. They're 93rd. So I don't think this is any drastic advantage one way or the other for either team. What it comes down to, with the pace of this game projected to be around league average and the strength of both offenses going against the strength of both defenses, this is a game we'll go under 149. Next game we'll talk about, we're going to head out west. A really interesting matchup here between San Francisco and Gonzaga. And we talked about this yesterday. One of the few times I'll actually go against my model is when there's an injury situation. Now, luckily, we had two events. It actually was a value before the injury situation. But Gonzaga lost Nolan Hickman to an ankle injury over the weekend. His status hasn't been updated. Their coach, Mark Few, did not have many words about it after the game. So we're legitimately going to have to see whether he plays or not. Regardless, this came up as a value before the injury was factored into account. So you're kind of working with some free points if Hickman ends up being out. If he plays, I still think you're dealing with a decent value here. And a couple reasons why. As you can see on the screen, Gonzaga, still that offensive juggernaut they have been, but their defense is severely lacking this year. They're 188th. San Francisco is actually the more balanced team overall, 113th in offensive efficiency, 128th in defensive efficiency. Neither mark is good, but they're actually much better than Gonzaga on defense. And there are ways for San Francisco to score points here. So first off, Gonzaga definitely has a mismatch inside. Timmy's going to be hard for them to guard. Gonzaga's 8th in 2-point percentage. San Francisco is just outside the top 100 in 2-point defense. So they're not good, not bad, but you're still talking about Timmy having to deal with. That should be a favorable matchup for Gonzaga. But San Francisco ranks 9th in 3-point attempts. They're 77th in 3-point percentage. And Gonzaga's outside the top 200 in 3-point defense. Not to mention, San Francisco actually has the height inside to sort of match up with the Gonzaga bigs, primarily Timmy. Gonzaga, they're 70th in effective height. San Francisco is 31st in effective height. We're dealing with a lot of points here. And this actually is a rematch too. Gonzaga won the first matchup by 2 points, although that was in San Francisco. Here, when we talk about the potential injury to Nolan Hickman, the matchup advantages that San Francisco actually has, this is a game, I believe, that should be inside 13 points here. So taking plus 13.5 is the right number, in my opinion. We'll back the Dons. Going to our last game, another actually sneaky pretty good game on the slate. We have UAB taking on North Texas. UAB went on a little midseason skid, so they have a 17-7 record. North Texas 19-5. However, that skid that UAB went on coincided with an injury to their best player, Jelly Walker. He's back. He's played 2 games now since the injury. He went above 30 minutes in the last game. So this is the most important fact in the entire handicap. And you're getting UAB as a dog plus 2.5. I think the true line should be around 1 here. These teams are close. And again, you have to factor in UAB has played a full portion of their season without their best player. Per KenPom, UAB is 73rd overall. North Texas is 66th. On offense, UAB has a stark advantage. They're 49th. North Texas 148th. And getting Jelly Walker back is huge because he's their best scorer. And now that gives UAB another path to scoring on North Texas's elite 23rd ranked defense, while UAB comes in 60th on defense. So right away, getting Jelly back is huge for this team. Not to mention UAB has a massive height advantage. They're 79th in effective height. North Texas is 230th. And this is evident in rebounding, where UAB is 3rd in the country in rebounding. North Texas 267th. Some of that has to do with this very, very slow pace that North Texas plays at and the hyper fast pace that UAB plays at. But as you can see, even when we adjust for the effective height, this is still an advantage for UAB overall. Home court does favor North Texas, but enough advantages UAB's way and enough of a discount we're getting on the spread, considering we're getting Jelly Walker back to back the Blazers here. We'll go UAB plus 2.5. That'll do it for us today with the Odd Chopper channel. Let me know in the comment section what you think about these games, any others that might be on your radar. You can also follow me on Twitter at Matt_Gajeski. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Good luck.